Kenya has taken the top spot as Africa's largest importer of second-hand clothes, surpassing Nigeria. According to Business Insider, Kenya imported used clothing worth 33.5 billion SA. I don't even know their currency. I don't even know what they. Do you know the name of their currency? Is it shillings? Shillings.
Kenya shilling.
Shillings. Yeah, shillings. Yeah. SH is shillings. Yeah, shillings. That which is about $298 million in 2023, marking a 12.45 increase from the previous year. This rise highlights Kenya's growing reliance on affordable second-hand garments known locally as mitumba. Okay, the point is taken here. Barrister, Kenya's population is about 55 million. They're about 55, 56 million, not up to 60 million, just like South Africa. Nigeria is almost about 4 times, if not 5 times, because we say we are about 218 million. I think by now we have hit. I don't know. We've not done census. We do census now. The moment we come down another census now, Nigeria don't hit 250 million. So we are about between 4 and 5 times more in population than Kenya. We are possibly between 4 and 5 times richer than Kenya as well. Now, here we are. What the hell is happening here? Kenya surpassing Nigeria. This is a country that is 4 to 5 times lower than us in number. Yet they have surpassed us in second-hand. You know, second-hand, of course, we know second-hand in Nigeria is the main stuff or whatever. I don't know, what can you deduce from here? Because there's something I'm going to point out here. What can you deduce from this? What is the implication of this? That Kenya, that Nigeria is 5 times more in population, probably 5 times richer than, they import second-hand clothes more than Nigerians or Nigeria.
First of all, I would like to dispute that that report. I would like to say it is of dubious origin. If Kenya is using $290 million to import okrika, or what you call second-hand clothes, yeah, I don't think that will surpass Nigeria. Nigeria is using far more than that to import second-hand clothes.
What's your own record? Where did you get? What's your statistics? Where did you get your record from?
I will not readily put a hand on statistics, but from my knowledge of the second-hand clothes in Nigeria, even the one that is brought in Kaduna, where I live alone, if you see the sheer quantity of second-hand clothes that are brought even in one city where I live alone, it will give you an idea of what Nigeria is. I'm telling you that Nigeria is using clothes at the rate of 2/3 as 2/3, for instance, as second-hand clothes. I myself, I go to Katrambeche and buy second. There are shirts that we lawyers use in the court. I go there and buy. I recently went and bought about four of them. And I have an idea of what, if you just need to go there. The market is so busy, day in, day out. Bears are coming in their thousands almost every day. Of second-hand clothes.
My own problem. What would be the reason for this record? For if this record is wrong, what could be? What do you think is the reason?
Let me not argue with that. The fact is, if they say Kenya has outstripped Nigeria in second-hand clothes, it can only be one thing. The textile industry in Kenya must have collapsed and made it impossible for the average Kenyan to acquire new clothes as against the second hand, because that is the same thing that happened in Nigeria. As the textile industry in Nigeria was collapsing, the trade in second-hand clothes was increasing. Until today, it is dominant. We virtually have no textile industries. That may be what is happening in Kenya. It is a simple fact of economics, and nobody should, whether in economic theory, it is not beneficial to the economy. I remember when Awolowo went to campaign back in 1979, when he was campaigning, he went to the East and said rather foolishly, but I would say naively, that if he is elected, he will ban the importation of stockfish and second-hand clothes. And they nearly stoned him in Odisha. Now he was talking economic theory from an enlightened perspective, that this importation of second is not good for the economy. But the average person, the poor person, does not understand that. He knows that he has little money to buy clothes, and these are the cheaper clothes, even with more quality than some of the new clothes that they are buying. The honest truth is, some of these second-hand clothes have better quality than the new clothes that we have available in our country. And at the same time, having better quality, they are far less in price. So if you have the choice, what will you do? You get a better quality at a lower price. This is pure economics. So this is what happened in Nigeria. I think Kenya is also cottoning up to that. That what transpired in Nigeria is happening in Kenya. That is why you see the trade in second-hand clothes increasing day by day. Pure economy. The more poor people are, the more poor people a country begins to have, the greater the trade in second-hand clothes. Because you are struggling to apply your little money you have to feeding, to clothes, and to anything. So whatever comes cheaper with some quality is what you will prefer to take. That is what is, Kenya is in turmoil politically.
Yeah.
And they are also having economic problems all over. So it stands to reason that the people are being impoverished. And when people are being impoverished, they seek for cheap alternatives in whatever angle you think of. So that is one explanation I can give to the
All right.
Kenya.
Okay. I see it a little bit in a different light. The reason, one, I believe in this data. Secondly, the reason behind this data is more of from Nigeria, not from Cameroon, not from Kenya. Why Nigeria dropped to that level? That's my own. What I can deduce from this is that the purchasing power of Nigerians, the poverty has become so bad that the purchasing power is dropping. That even the second hand that is affordable is no longer affordable as it used to be. So people are more focused on the real basic necessity. Okay, clothing is a basic necessity, but now inside the priority, there are priorities. So inside basic necessities, excuse me, there are the real core basic necessities, which is food, the stomach. So I think that is the reason why Nigeria has dropped. People now are not basic. Whatever you have now, you just wash and wear. You keep wearing whatever you get. The only little money that comes to your hand, the first thing you think about is food first. And when you finish, after you finish buying food, there's no change left.
I totally agree with you. That did not cross my mind, but you have made a very valid point. In Nigeria today, the whole effort is to feed.
Yes.
The entire effort, 3/4 of the effort of the average family is feeding. And let me tell you, the use in Nigeria of already used clothes, not the imported.
Yeah, the one that you see in Nigeria.
Already. I would say that's why you call it second hand. This one is third hand. The already used clothes in Nigeria,
honestly,
is now becoming.
God forgive us. We did a laugh, honestly. People are suffering, honestly.
In Nigeria today, nothing, no matter how small, can be thrown away.
Honestly.
Nothing. If your slippers cut into 5 places, You find somebody that
Honestly, honestly.
we saw it in those 5 places
Yeah.
and continue, sell it. If you throw it away, they will carry it, sow it into 5 places and sell it. Um,
Please, I'm sorry if you are one of these
Nothing. Look,
victims. I'm so sorry. Yeah,
the,
it's not funny, honestly.
the dump site where refuse is dumped is swamped by scavengers. They pick everything. There's nothing there that will not be picked. Whether it's iron, whether it's clothes that you have thrown away, started, you throw away, they have to pick it and go and repair it and resell. So that market of already used things in Nigeria is growing exponentially.
Yeah.
That is to tell you that even that second hand that is imported, the purchasing power is being reduced,
Reduced.
and
Yeah.
people are seeing a still cheaper
Honestly.
alternative to
Honestly.
use. So I wholeheartedly agree with you that it has to also do with purchasing power issues that is affecting Nigerians.
Honestly, it's so sad. It's so sad, honestly. When I read this, that's why brought it up on this show. This is the reason why I brought it up on this show, honestly. When I read this report, honestly, I felt bad. I felt bad. I said, because do you know what it means for a country that just has, that is about 5 times, sorry, Nigeria is 5 times its population, yet they import clothing more than Nigeria. It's just the population. I mean, 5 times lower than Nigeria. Yeah, they import, and Nigeria is richer, probably 5 times richer than the same country. Yet they import higher clothing, higher than. Of course, when I read it, I said, this honestly, that was exactly what came to my mind straight. This is the suffering of Nigerians. It's
It
just
is,
getting worse by the day.
if I can tell you what I see daily. I told you our house, the block of flats where I live caught fire. The
Yeah.
burnt aluminium, small pieces that burnt and fell down. They have packed all of them and sold them.
Wow.
Burnt with small as this. You cannot. They have packed them to resell. If a woman's brassiere or pants or anything spoil and she throw immediately within the next 30 minutes, somebody is there to pick it,
My
to go
God. Patch it.
and patch it and resell it. And there's market for it.
Wow.
So this is the issues in the Nigerian poverty indices today. Nothing is wasted. Nothing at all. Plastic bottles, you cannot pick everything plastic. Use they are still packing them to go and resell.
Honestly, it's so sad. It's so sad, honestly. And a country that is so blessed with all the resources you can think about, human and natural, everything, we have it all, except leadership. We are so depraved of leadership. We are bereaved of leadership. We are just, it's so sad that I don't know. We are really caused of bad leadership from the foundation of the country. Honestly, it's just so sad. It's so sad. Eh? We dey inside water. We are inside a river. Yet, eh, eh, soap is entering our eyes. Eh? We are inside the river. Yet, we are thirsty. Who does that? Does that really make sense? How can you be inside a river yet thirsty? You are crying and wailing that you are thirsty, looking for water, searching for water, when you are right inside the river.
That's why Bob Marley sang that in the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty.
Honestly.
We are
Yeah,
just we are just fools.
honestly.
We are just
Honestly,
fools.
we are
We have
we are
everything,
fools.
but we are poor.
Honestly, we are fools. We are fools because we refuse to actually do the needful. We refuse to actually see our situation as a breaking point. We have become so docile and tolerant of any government of the day. We all the leader, the powers that be just come. They cycle themselves. It's a relay now. The moment this one finishes his own race, hands over baton to his friend or crony or family member or whatever, and that's what has been happening. And this one will come beat us left and right, batter us, and hand us over, kick us to the next baton holder. And the other one will do the same thing and whatever, and we keep hitting. We keep a kind of paddling from one end to the other like that, from year after year, from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. We sleep, eat, sleep, wake up in the same situation, and nobody is doing anything about it. Nobody cares. As we are speaking right now, you see, when you go to comment section after this show, go to comment section, you see the same Nigerians that you are fighting for. The same Nigerians will come and begin to rain curses on us. For really standing in the gap, at least doing the little we can to stand in the gap for them. I don't really know. I don't really, I don't understand if we are really cursed as a nation or as a people. It's so sad.